Hello and welcome back to my channel, Fanfic Fantasy. Join us as we delve into the realms of fanfiction and fantasy, bringing you the best stories and discussions. Today, we're kicking off the first part of our series, What If Tanjiro Had God-Level Powers Like Yoriichi? If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content in the future. The author of this story is Lucas X Fun 171. From Wattpad, all the relevant links are in the description. Feel free to say hello to the author on their profile. Now, let's dive into the fanfic. Tanjiro had been walking for hours with his crow screaming in his ear about where the next mission is. Kawa, south, southeast, south, southeast. The next location is southeast. Kawa, I get it already, so can you please be quiet? Please, Kawa. The crow finally let Tanjiro walk in peace for a couple minuets before speaking up again, bothering the tired Tanjiro. Kawa, sigh, what is it now? Kawa, Tanjiro Kamado, the Demon Slayer Corps wants to know your report for your previous mission. Give your answer now. Tanjiro perked up at the question, wondering when the crow was going to ask that. Right, my report. I was wondering when you were going to ask that, haha. Anyways. When I first arrived at Asakusa, I was kind of tired from my last mission, so I sat down to eat some cold soba. But as I was eating, I felt an extreme strong smell from my nose. It smelled like the same smell that was left at my house when I found out my family was massacred. I was confused and intrigued at the same time, so I rushed to find out what it was, and this might seem a little unbelievable, but it really happened. But I found out the smell was coming from Muzan himself. It really was Muzan. He had a white hat on with very messy and wavy hair. He had red eyes with slits in the middle of them. I think he wore a very expensive looking suit with golden highlights. I was furious with what he had done to my family. But he turned around and he was holding a child. A human child. She wasn't a demon. And the woman beside them both was an older woman that was also a human. She looked like Muzan's wife, but she was a human. It really disgusted me. So there I was, stunned that he had human accomplices. He created a distraction by turned another person into a demon. It caused a whole ruckus, and I tried to stop the man from hurting anyone. Muzan started walking away because I had the man that turned into a demon pinned down under me. But then another Actually, I probably shouldn't say that Tameo was a demon. I might get me and her in trouble. Another slayer helped me. Yeah, a slayer. I'm probably not making this very convincing. Urgh, lying is hard. I wish I didn't have to. Anyways, the slayer took me into her house because she was a doctor as well. She put the demon turned man into a cage so he wouldn't hurt anyone. But as me and the slayer was talking, we were ambushed by two other demons that showed up. They told me that they were directly targeting me, so I think Muzan sent out two demons to try and kill me. But anyways, I defeated the demons with ease. They said they were part of the 12 Kazuki, but the slayer that rescued me told me that the demons were lying. I'm glad that the demons weren't too strong. I didn't have a difficult time with them. So since I am not injured, I'm fine to carry out more missions. Although I could use a break because I'm very tired. Sigh. Thank you for your report. This will be given to Demon Slayer headquarters immediately. Your service is much appreciated. Right. So I don't get a break. No break for you. Keep walking. Fine, just please stop shouting in my ear. But then Tanjiro heard a very loud person with the Slayer uniform screaming into a girl's ear. Please. Tanjiro looked in the direction of the loud scream and saw another demon slayer with a yellow Haori covered with white triangles all over. He was on the floor holding the girl's arms and tears flowing down his face like a waterfall. Tanjiro was utterly confused on what was going on. What the? I beg you. Please marry me. I don't know when I'll die. So please marry me. I beg you. Tanjiro started walking over, but his sparrow flew to Tanjiro. Chirp chirp. Chirp chirp. Oh okay. Chirp chirp. Chirp chirp. Okay, I understand. I'll think of something. The little bird seemed relieved that Tanjiro would do something. Tanjiro walked over to the still crying yellow Haoried boy and pulled him from the ground. Tanjiro was angry that this boy was bothering not only the young lady but his sparrow as well. Hey, what the hell are you doing in the middle of the road? Can't you see that this lady doesn't anything to do with you? And you're bothering your sparrow as well. Wait, that uniform. I know you. You're from the final selection. I definitely don't know a guy like you. Definitely not. What? But we really have met before. In the final selection. I swear I remember you. You were the last one to walk into the final selection and everyone was staring at you. You had such a powerful sound I never heard before. It gave me shivers. Sound? What are you talking about? Anyways, Tanjiro turned towards the woman that was free from the boy's grasp at last. You should hurry back home. Thank you very much. Hey, she still needs to marry me. She likes me. Shame on you. The young lady walked up to the crying boy and slapped him as hard as she could. She kept on hitting him until Tanjiro intervened. Well, calm down a moment. UWAHHH. Tanjiro grabbed the woman, still furious that the crying boy could say something like that. The woman wanted to give him a piece of her mind. When did I ever say I liked you? I only talked to you because you were crouching on the side of the road. Wait, so you weren't worried about me because you liked me? Obviously not, dumbass. I already have a fiancé. I see that you are fine, so I'm leaving. Goodbye. Wait. The boy turned to Tanjiro. Hey, why did you have to come and mess with? Tanjiro just gave a disgusted look towards him. What's with that face? Don't do that. Don't look at me like I'm some pitiful creature or something. It's all your fault, okay? It's your fault that I didn't get married. Tanjiro gave an even more disgusted and weirded out face without saying anything. Say something, would you? What is wrong with you? I'm about to die, okay? I'm definitely die on my next job. I'm super weak. I'm not kidding either. You need to protect me before I finally get married. Tanjiro slapped his chest profusely. My name is Tanjiro Kamado. Then my name is Zenitsu Agatsuma. Help me, Tanjiro. Why are you asking me for help if you're a swordsman? That's pretty shameless if you ask me. That's way too harsh. It's because I was deceived by a woman and got a shit ton of debt. She took my money, Tanjiro. And then a swordsman trainer took my debt off me, but he put me in hellish training regimen every day. It was terrible. I thought I might die. But then I made to the final selection and I thought I really was going to die there, but I ended up surviving. Now I have to go fight demons for real. It's scary. Scary. I hate it so much. Tanjiro tried to comfort Zenitsu. Hey, are you okay? Seriously, it will be fine. If you went through the final selection, you probably won't die. You'll be fine. Tanjiro managed to somewhat calm down the freaked out Zenitsu by giving him his rice ball. They both walked to their next mission. Tanjiro spoke up. I understand what you're going through, but try not cause any more trouble for your sparrow. Causing trouble for my sparrow? How did you know? Zenitsu is always like this and never wants to go to work. He goes and harasses every woman he sees and snores really loud. Always making trouble wherever you go. Tanjiro pointed towards Zenitsu's sparrow in his hand while making a bland face. That's what it's saying. Chirp crip. What? It's talking about me. You can understand bird language. Yes, seriously. You're making this up to make a joke out of me, right? Tanjiro's crow got fed up with Tanjiro and Zenitsu and screamed at them to hurry up. Kawa, hurry up. Start running, Tanjiro. Start running, Zenitsu. The next location isn't far. The crow is talking. Time skip. They walked deeper into the forest for a couple hours until they arrived at a small mansion. Tanjiro spoke up. I smell blood, but... A smell? Yes, I smell blood, but there's also a scent I've never encountered before. I don't really know how to describe it. I can't smell anything at all, but do you hear that ominous sound? It's so annoying. Sound? Tanjiro looked to his right and saw two kids hiding behind a bush looking terrified. What's going with them? Why do they look so scared? Tanjiro walked over to them to confront them. Hey, what are you doing here? Tanjiro saw that they were both petrified to their very core and were not in a mood to talk. They were both crying. Wow, they're so scared. I wonder from what? Tanjiro tried to cheer them up by pulling out Zenitsu's sparrow. Tada, it's a sparrow. Chirp chirp, chirp chirp. It's cute, right? Thankfully they stopped crying and seemed to be in a better mood than before. So what happened? Is that house over there where you live? And no, it's not. It's the home of the M monster. We were traveling back home during the night, and the monster took our older brother. But he ignored us and just took our brother. And the monster entered that house over there. Why, yes. So the two of you followed it all the way here. That's impressive. You're so brave for doing that. We were following our brother's blood trail. He's hurt. Damn. He's hurt. I have to be careful then. Don't worry. I'll defeat the monster and rescue your brother. Really? Do you mean it? Yes. Don't worry. Zenitsu spoke up with a hand covering his ear. Tanjiro, what is that sound? Feels really uncomfortable. It keeps on ringing. Is that a drum? Drum? What are you But then a human flew out of the window, interrupting Tanjiro. The body had huge wounds and blood all over its clothes. Tanjiro was shocked but quickly got up and ran to catch the person falling towards the ground. Are you alright? Tanjiro took a close look at him and realized it was Tanaki, the person that he saved during the final selection and spent time with. Tanaki, it's you. Shit. His wound is so deep. I don't think he will survive. Tanjiro, it's you. I finally going to die. Tanjiro didn't say anything. He just hugged the dying Tanaki. I know that Tanaki will die. I just don't want to accept it. Shit, Tanaki, why did it have to be you? You were my first real friend when I joined the Demon Slayers. I saved you. But now it will all be for nothing. Fuck, I wish you didn't have to die. I could try to do first aid but you're beyond saving ... even I know that much. Why? Just why? Then from inside the house both Tanjiro and Zenitsu heard a loud drum ringing throughout the air. It was piercing their ears because of how loud it was. It even shook Tanjiro a little. Tanjiro was still holding Tanaki. He didn't want to accept the fact that he was already dead. His body was limp and Tanaki's arms were down by his side, no longer clutching onto Tanjiro. He's dead already. I'm sorry, Tanaki. You must have died a painful death. One with full of suffering and agony. If only I had got here sooner ... if only. Tanjiro looked to the kids still hiding in the bushes, realizing something. Wait, if this isn't the brother of those kids, then there must be more prisoners. Tanjiro looked at Tanaki one last time, still feeling regret he couldn't save him. When I come back I will give you a proper burial. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Zenitsu, let's go. Zenitsu, still looking as petrified as the kids, reluctantly shook his head, not wanting to endanger himself. Tanjiro just gave an anger-filled face to him. Ah, I see. I understand. Zenitsu clung to Tanjiro's box, not wanting Tanjiro to be angry. Tanjiro just kept walking as he dragged Zenitsu across the ground. Yeah, what is it? Don't look at me with that face full of fury. I'll come along, okay? I don't plan on forcing you. I'll come, I swear. Tanjiro walked over to the kids and put down his box. I'm placing this box here in case of any danger. No matter what happens it will protect you, so don't leave it alone. Tanjiro walked toward the house with confidence he will defeat the demon. Both Tanjiro and Zenitsu walked inside the house and were met with empty corridors. Tanjiro, are you listening? You will protect me, right? You will definitely protect me, right? Zenitsu, I will protect you, but if there comes a situation where I'm not able to protect you, then you need to do it yourself. You have a sword on your waist for a reason. No, I can't protect myself at all. I'm useless. I can't do anything. Sigh, I guess it can't be helped then. I'll try to protect you as best I can, Zenitsu. Thank you, Tanjiro. No, you can't. Yeah, why did you scream like that? Tanjiro saw the kids he left outside the house come running in. You guys can't come in here. It's because your box was making scratching sounds and I got scared. Even so, you guys can't just leave it alone like that. That box is more important than my own life. Zenitsu was surprised by what Tanjiro said and mumbled to himself his disbelief. More important than your own life? What would be in there that's more important than your life? Then, all of them heard the sound of a drum beat again, but much louder than last time. Zenitsu got scared once again and crouched down with his hands in his face. But by doing so he accidentally pushed Tanjiro to the other room. There was now a door frame in between Tanjiro and Zenitsu. Ah, sorry, I accidentally pushed you. Tanjiro was clutching on the sister of the siblings duo. But then they both heard the same drum sound that was heard outside of the house right after Tanaki. The drum rang through the air 3 times before fading. Tanjiro and the girl he was holding opened their eyes to see they were in a completely different room. The entire room changed. No, I think we're the ones who moved ... We changed rooms with the beats of the drum. Ooh-ah. The girl Tanjiro was holding started crying because she was so scared to have lost her brother again. I'm sorry for getting you separated from your brother, but I will definitely protect you, so try not to worry too much. As Tanjiro was saying this, he was wiping away her tears from her face. Zenitsu will also protect your brother, so don't worry about him either. What's your name? Teruko. Wow, that's a very nice name. I like it. Yeah, thanks. Tanjiro then heard very loud footsteps coming his way. A foot appeared from the door frame. Out stepped a very large demon with drums sticking out from his body. Shit, not good. Just by his scent alone I can tell he's eaten a lot of people. This is the house's master. Tanjiro covered Teruko's mouth so she wouldn't scream. Teruko, hold on. Don't scream. Don't run into the hallway even if the room changes again. Slowly back away. Hide behind the shelves. Tanjiro didn't expect, but the demon spoke up. It didn't seem like he was directly speaking to Tanjiro though. Why ... does everyone not know any manners? Just barging into the homes of others ... It pisses me off. Pests, all of them. I am Tanjiro Kamado, rank Mizunoto of the Demon Slayers. It is my duty to slay you now. Tanjiro jumped at the demon cautiously, not knowing what his blood demon art was. He swung his sword at his neck. Another pest appears. So infuriating. Before Tanjiro could bring down his sword on the demon's neck, the demon hit the drum on his right shoulder. The entire room started rotating to the right, but the furniture stayed as it was. It didn't turn as it seemed, it stuck to the floor that was now the wall. Tanjiro immediately landed on his feet as his instinct took over. Teruko fell on her side as she didn't expect for the room to turn. Teruko. The entire room turned on its side. That's one hell of a blood demon art. The entire house is this demon's territory. How the hell am I supposed to fight the demon when the room flips and turns? Then Tanjiro smelled a different person rushing into the room. He wondered who it could be. What's going on? A different scent is approaching. Who could it be? Then a person broke through the doors that Tanjiro walked through. Boar rush, boar rush. He had on a boar mask and he was holding odd swords with jagged edges in them. Tanjiro was confused on the strange appearance of him. What the hell ... what's with this guy? He's wearing a pig head ... and he's carrying blades. Alright you demon, I'm gonna kill you right here and now. You're going to make me stronger, so die and become my stepping stone. The pig-headed person launched himself at the demon. He swung both of his swords at the demon's neck. But before he could chop off the demon's neck, he raised his hand at his drums and hit it. He was silently cursing everybody that annoyed him. Vermin, all of you pests irritate me. The demon hit the drum and the entire room rotated once again. Teruko, again not expecting the room to rotate, was pushed on her side. Teruko, hold on to the furniture. Tanjiro easily landed on his feet when the room rotated. But then, the boar-headed boy landed on Tanjiro's body. He leapfrogged off of Tanjiro and jumped back towards the demon. What is this guy doing? He's crazy. Tanjiro felt the need to warn the strange boy so the fight wouldn't go on endlessly. The demon is using a blood demon art to control the room. Don't blindly swing your swords at him. It's pointless. The demon was silently cursing out the intruders that are disturbing his home. Pisses me off. These annoying vermin making a mess in my house. He hit the drum on his shoulder again and the house rotated once again. Tanjiro was quickly losing his patience at the demon. Arg, this fight is going to go on forever if he keeps on rotating the room. Shit, what should I do? I need to unleash a Hinokami Kagura form that doesn't need a lot of footing. Tanjiro landed on his feet once again. He readied his sword at the demon. He pointed his blade straight at the demon, indicating that Tanjiro would end his life. Alright, that's enough of your stupid games. I'm sorry, but you have to die now. I will not yield. Tanjiro launched himself at the demon, holding his sword to his side ready to swing at the demon's neck. Hinokami Kagura, clear blue. Tanjiro couldn't finish his sentence as the demon hit the drum on his stomach. Tanjiro was then hit with an extreme feeling. His instinct screamed at him to evade the attack that he didn't know was coming. Every hair on his body immediately stood up in fear. His mind was filled with the only thing he could think of at that moment. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Tanjiro flipped his body to the side so fast that he never moved so quickly in his life. 3 claw marks appeared where he just was. Holy shit. Claw marks just appeared out of nowhere just where I was. If I didn't dodge, I surely would have died. Tanjiro heard another loud beat of a drum, but the demon hadn't touched any of his drums. Then suddenly the room changed. Tanjiro was still in the air, so he started falling to the ground. He didn't expect for the room to change again, so he landed on his side. Arg. He got up and looked at his arm that he landed on. It was now a deep purple but with no cuts. Fuck, looks like I bruised my arm. I landed too hard on it. Hurts like hell too. Tanjiro walked over to Teruko, who had also been teleported to the same room Tanjiro is in. Teruko, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I was on the floor when we switched rooms. Okay, that's good. Keep being brave, okay? We'll find both of your brothers soon enough. Okay, Teruko isn't in the best of mental conditions right now. I know she's trying her best to be brave, but her fear is definitely showing. Tanjiro grabs Teruko's hand and leads her out of the room. Tanjiro walks into multiple rooms and opens the doors. Each time he's met with an empty room. They keep walking around the house cluelessly when Tanjiro gets hit with a new scent. A new smell. Smells like a human. Could be Teruko's brother that got kidnapped. Better go check it out. Tanjiro turns in the opposite direction where he smelled the unfamiliar person. He walks to the room and opens the door. In the middle of the room sat a boy with red cheeks from his crying. He was holding a drum and was about to hit it again, but then Teruko called out for him. Big brother Kiyoshi. The boy stopped just in time as he was about to hit the drum he was holding. Kiyoshi, Teruko, you're safe. Kiyoshi looked up to Tanjiro, who was standing over both of the siblings hugging. Who is he? My name is Tanjiro Kamado. I'm here to defeat the demons. I noticed your leg is injured. Can I take a look at it? Sure. You've done an amazing job by surviving on your own. Very impressive. Tanjiro pulled out a cream type of medicine Mr. Yorikodaki gave him in case of first aid emergencies. This medicine is really awesome. My sensei gave it to me. As Tanjiro was applying the medicine and wrapping up the boy's leg, he wanted him to be in a better mood, so he tried to lift his spirit. You know, my master actually wears a Tengu mask. Tengu? Really? That's so cool. Yep, so your leg doesn't hurt anymore, right? Nope, I don't feel a thing. Thanks. So ... can you tell me what happened here? The boy immediately lost all of his joyful spirit Tanjiro worked so hard to gain. I was taken by a monster ... and it wanted to eat me ... and then another monster came out of nowhere. They started to try and kill each other. I think ... they were deciding on who gets to eat me ... and then the monster with the drum growing out of its body fell out of his stomach area ... so I grabbed the drum and I've been hitting it to hide until now. Did the demon ever use the term rare blood? Yes, he did. A rare blood is a person with precious blood. Kaya, both of the siblings were frightened by Tanjiro's crow suddenly interrupting the conversation. Tanjiro was slightly upset at his crow that he scared the kids. Hey, cut that out. Don't scare them. What does precious blood mean? The blood of living organisms have classifying systems, you idiot. HPMH. That's not very nice. A person with rare blood is equal to 50 or even 100 people. It's a demon delicacy. Tanjiro's eyes went wide. Tanjiro smelled the scent of the demon again. He knew it meant that the demon is close. I'm going to leave to fight the demon now, okay? Hey, calm down, it will be fine. My job is to defeat the demon. I have no doubt that I will win. Tanjiro aimed his attention to Teruko and put his hand on her head to reassure her. Listen closely, Teruko. Your brother is very tired right now, so you need to take care of him. The moment I leave this room, beat the drum to change rooms. If someone opens the door, hit the drum and change rooms right away. Don't hesitate, not even for a second, because if you do, it could be the difference between life and death. I promise I will follow your smell and come back for you. I will call out your name so you know it's me. Hang in there for just a bit longer, okay? Both of the children nod their heads in approval. Wow, impressive. Your mental strength is worth some praise. I'll be going now. Tanjiro rushed out of the room running full speed at the room where the demon is. Hit the drum. Kiyoshi hit the drum and they teleported away. It was all up to Tanjiro now to defeat the demon. He opened the door only to see the demon standing in the middle of the room menacingly. The demon started getting angrier by the moment that he hadn't taken out Tanjiro yet. You pest. All of you are pests. I really do hate you. The demon hit the drum on his stomach, causing another 3 claw marks appear where Tanjiro is. But this time, Tanjiro expected him to do that, so he dodged just in time. Ugh, so infuriating. Stop moving all over the place. The demon tried to rapid fire his attacks by hitting multiple drums at once. The room started spinning in various directions, and now the claw marks were appearing faster and stronger than before. But just as the demon increased his speed, so did Tanjiro. His movements were becoming more sharp and precise. He dodges the attacks with ease and tries to set up an opening where he can attack. His attacks aren't going to work anymore. I can be sure of that. I smell when an attack is coming now, so there is no more room for error. Just gotta open up a chance for a counter-attack. That attack pattern won't work anymore. It's over. What are you talking about, you pest? My head is still connected to my shoulders. He's got a point. But his attacks aren't working anymore, so I just need that split-second chance to take his head. Gotta find it. Tanjiro kept running and twisting his body to dodge the demon's attacks effortlessly. He managed to get close enough to smell the opening thread. There it is. The opening thread. Hinokami Kagura. Beneficent Radiance. Tanjiro jumped off of a wall and aiming right at the demon. His sword lit ablaze in flames and he swung it in multiple directions at once, not even giving the demon time to react. In less than a second the fight was over. Tanjiro had successfully removed the head of the demon. It had come clean off. As the demon's head was falling towards the floor, Tanjiro smelled a sense of gratitude. His scent smells like he's happy that I killed him. The hell? As Tanjiro landed on the floor, he sheathed his sword, ending the fight officially. Before the demon had faded away completely, the demon wanted to ask Tanjiro something. Hey kid, answer me something. Was my blood demon art strong? Yes, it was ... but killing innocent lives is unforgivable, so I will never look at you with a happy face. Maybe in your next life you won't turn into a demon and you can live peacefully. Only then will people appreciate you. Alright, I'm supposed to collect his blood. Tanjiro pulled out the little gadget Yushiro had made for him to collect demons' blood. He threw the contraption at the disintegrating body and it sucked the blood into a little capsule. Got the blood ... It really does automatically collect the blood ... just as Yushiro said ... He's really crafty for making such a thing. Meow. Wah. Tanjiro got startled by a cat suddenly appearing beside him. Tameo owns this cat and Yushiro put a spell on it that allows it to be invisible. One meow reveals its form and the second meow makes it disappear again. You scared me, haha. You're here to take the blood sample to Tameo-san, right? Here you go. Be careful on your way back. Tanjiro placed the blood sample in the cat's pouch on its back. Meow. After the second meow it vanished again. Tanjiro got up and started walking back to where he smelled the two siblings were. He opened the door and he immediately got bombarded with books being thrown at him. Tanjiro dodged them easily and got confused why they were throwing books at him. Kiyoshi, Teruko, why are you throwing books at me? Oh, it's just you, Tanjiro. The drum disintegrated, so we panicked and started throwing stuff. Sorry, it's okay. Tanjiro walked up to both of them and crouched down facing away from them. He signaled for them to hop on his back. Let's go outside. Alright, both of the siblings got on Tanjiro's back and he walked to where he smelled Zenitsu and Shoichi. I smell Zenitsu and Shoichi. They're outside and wait what's that other smell? The smell of blood. What happened? As the sunlight slightly blinded Tanjiro, his eyes adjusted and saw Zenitsu clutching the box that Nezuko is in. And standing over him is the boar-heading boy that Tanjiro saw earlier. He was kicking and bruising Zenitsu as he helplessly protected the box. Zenitsu has multiple bruises over his body with blood smeared down his face from open wounds. Pull out your sword and fight me, you cowardly weakling. Ahaha. Tanjiro almost couldn't believe his eyes. His face went dead serious and he could feel his heart rate increasing. Tanjiro, I protected the box, because you said it was more important than your own life. Off to the side, Shoichi was crying behind a tree as he was helpless in defending Zenitsu. Zenitsu-san, are you okay? We were thrown out of the window from the second story. Shoichi was crying since he woke up before Zenitsu did, so he was worried. Zenitsu sat up and started rubbing the back of his head. It's thanks to you, Zenitsu, that I was unharmed. That's good. But why are you crying? Zenitsu took off his hand from his hair and looked at it. His hand was full of blood. I fell on my head. Yeah. Then Zenitsu heard a loud bang and the doors to the entrance of the house was knocked down. The boar-headed boy rushed through the doors with his head. Boar rush. Ahahaha. I sense the presence of a demon. Did he just knock down the doors with his head? Wait, I know that guy. I heard his sound, so I know. He was the 6th person who qualified for the final selection. He was the fastest person to go up the mountain. The boar-headed boy looked around and spotted Tanjiro's box. I found you. Ahaha. As the boar-headed boy rushed to attack the box, Zenitsu interfered and got in his way. He put his arms out in protest. Stop. I won't allow you to lay your hands on this box. He said it's more important than his own life, so it must be important. Who are you? I'm Zenitsu Agasuma. I'm part of the Demon Slayer Corps. Demon Slayer Corps. So why are you protecting that box then? You know there's a demon in that box, right? Or are you too stupid to figure that out? I knew that from the very beginning. Whatever, just get the hell out of my way. I won't ask again so nicely. I won't move. The truth is, I knew from the start that Tanjiro carried a demon inside his box. A demon's sound and a human sound is very different to each other. But Tanjiro's sound is so pure and gentle that it almost makes me want to cry. I've never heard a sound so gentle and pure before meeting him. All living things will produce sounds. Lots and lots of different sounds. The sound of breathing, the sound of the heart beating, the sound of blood flowing. All I have to do is concentrate really hard and listen. And I'll be able to tell what kind of emotion a person is feeling. But I keep getting deceived and lied to. I always trusted the people I want to trust. Tanjiro is a demon slayer, but he also carries a demon with him. I'm not sure why, but he must have a reason to do this. I'm willing to trust that his reason is something that I'm willing to accept. I want to ask Tanjiro about this face to face. So you better just get the hell away. You sure do like to talk. You're just a coward who's afraid to pull out his sword. Ahaha. Then he kicked Zenitsu in the face full force. Blood rushed out of his nose and his face immediately started swelling. Since you're in the Demon Slayer Corps, you have to fight me. In this moment, Tanjiro walked out of the house just to witness the horror. He's shocked that he's even seeing this. He looked at Zenitsu on the ground, bloodied and bruised with his box under him, and saw flashbacks to Nezuko protecting his sibling the day his family got massacred. Tanjiro could feel the anger quickly rise within him. I'm going to skewer you in that box together. Ahaha. Tanjiro rushed at him with his mind full of rage. Stop it. Tanjiro landed a clean hit at him right in his abdomen. Zenitsu could hear the sound of his rib bones breaking. Did his rib bones just break? Tanjiro, now standing a couple of meters away from the boar-headed boy, wanted to let out his rage even more by belittling him. Aren't you a member of the Demon Slayer Corps? Don't you know why Zenitsu won't pull out his sword? It's against the rules to fight another member of the Corps. Don't you know that, you idiot? Tanjiro raised his hand and clenches it. He puts so much force when expressing his fury. Multiple veins appear down his head. And you're here, enjoying yourself while others are in pain. You really are despicable. The boar-headed boy started coughing. But then that cough turned into laughter. Villainous laughter. Jahahaha. So that's how it is. I'm sorry. Then let's fight with our bare hands. Just as quickly as Tanjiro gained his anger towards him, it dissipated just as quickly. Tanjiro was confused as how he could come to this conclusion. He tried to clear it up. No, that's not what I meant. First of all, core members are not allowed to fight each other at all. This isn't a problem that can be solved with bare hands. The boy launched himself at Tanjiro and went in low for a high kick. Tanjiro just barely managed to dodge his kick. What the hell kind of kick is that? He moves so abnormally. He's so flexible I don't even think that should be possible. The boy kept throwing kicks and punches that defied the possibilities of the joints of the human body. But just as much as the boy kept throwing punches and kicks, Tanjiro either dodged or deflected all of the strikes. He has insane flexibility and agility, but his attacks are slow. I have the advantage here. I can win this. This is fun. So much fun. Ahaha. Tanjiro got on both of his hands. He readied himself to throw a kick that was just as low as his opponent was throwing. Aim low. Need to be even lower than my opponent. Tanjiro went through with the kick and it connected. His feet directly went full force into the side of his head. Clean hit. He should be done now. The boar-headed boy was knocked back quite a bit. The boar mask was knocked off of his face, completely revealing his face. Tanjiro is quite surprised at what the boy actually looks like. Zenitsu is in a bigger shock than Tanjiro. Huh? Are you kidding me? That's what you look like. The hell you saying? You got a problem with my face or something? The hell you saying? You got a problem with my face or something? Zenitsu was completely perplexed. I don't know what to make of you right now. You have such a ripped body but such a feminine face. It's strange. What? Why you obsessed with my face all of a sudden? Creep. And no, and not. It was just an observation. Tanjiro wanted to compliment him because he saw nothing wrong with his face. There is nothing wrong with your face. It's quite beautiful actually. The feminine shape, size, and complexion are quite attractive. The boy didn't understand Tanjiro's heartfelt compliments and took it as insults, which is the complete opposite of what Tanjiro meant. The two just bickered back and forth as Tanjiro tried to de-escalate the situation. You're a dead man. Fight me. I won't. I'm not going to fight you anymore. Come on. Do the kick on me again. No, I'm done. I said do it. You're too worked up. Why don't you just sit down? I got a better idea. Why don't I tell you my name? Sure, the name's Inosuke Hashira. Remember that. I see. How do you spell that? Inosuke stopped being angry at Tanjiro all of a sudden. Huh? Spell? I don't know. I don't know how to read and write. Okay. It's written on my on my. Inosuke stopped bickering with Tanjiro and he couldn't finish his sentence. He just started stammering. He looked frozen in place. Both Zenitsu and Tanjiro were confused on why he stopped. Huh? Why'd he stop? Inosuke, what's wrong? Inosuke's eyes rolled back as he wobbled on his legs. His knees gave out and he fell backwards onto the floor. As soon as he hit the ground he was knocked unconscious. He started foaming at the mouth. Zenitsu got scared. Is he collapsed? Is he dead? Tanjiro shook his head. No, he probably just fainted. If I were to guess, I would say I most likely gave him a concussion. I did kick him in the face pretty hard. Zenitsu looked at the nonchalant Tanjiro worriedly. That's terrifying. Tanjiro can kick that hard. Better not get on his bad side. Inosuke was lying on the ground as he slowly opened his eyes. He saw the bright blue sky staring right back at him. As he slowly blinked, he realized he was covered in Zenitsu's Haori and his head was resting on Tanjiro's Haori. He jumped up in aggravation. This caught the attention of Zenitsu. He's awake. Fight me. Fight me. This is how you act right when you wake up. Leave me alone. Inosuke started chasing Zenitsu as he ran behind Teruko. Inosuke stopped in his tracks as he saw Tanjiro and the siblings putting rocks around a big clump of dirt. Just what the hell are you guys doing? We're burying the dead. Inosuke, you should come help as well. There was a bunch of people killed in that house. Also my friend died here, so it's important. Huh? Burying the dead is pointless. Why would I ever do that? How about you fight me instead? Tanjiro gave Inosuke a sad face seeing as he was unwilling to help bury the dead. It hurt Tanjiro a little as well, because he felt that Tanaki's life was unimportant in Inosuke's eyes. Is that so? It's because of your wounds, right? That's why you don't want to help. Inosuke took this the wrong way and thought Tanjiro was insulting him. He got extremely angry. Huh? It's okay, Inosuke. Everybody has different levels of pain tolerance. We need to dig holes after carrying the dead out of this house. Burying people is a really tiring job. Zenitsu and these kids are very capable, so it's okay. All three of the survivor siblings were shaking their heads slightly as Tanjiro didn't understand what Inosuke was trying to say. Even Zenitsu was shaking his head. That's not what he means, moron. Inosuke, you should take a well-earned rest. Don't underestimate me. I can bury 100 or even 200 people. I'm a better grave digger than anyone else. Inosuke managed to calm down after a while, and they all finished burying the bodies. The last corpse they had to bury was Tanaki. Tanjiro had a hard time covering him in dirt. It felt wrong to him. But in the end, he managed to lay him down, say a couple of prayers, and finally put him at rest. Once and for all. Alright, we finished. Let's head down the mountain now. All of them walked down in silence. But after the three siblings had to part their ways, Zenitsu started throwing a fit, complaining that he wanted Shoichi to stay. Shoichi-kun is really strong. He protected me. Zenitsu, can't you see that Shoichi-kun wants to go home to his family and not with you? Get off of him. Tanjiro had to lightly hit Zenitsu just so he would stop clinging to Shoichi. After that, Tanjiro's crow spat out an incense bag that smelled of Wisteria. Since it's able to repel demons, it will be carried by the rare-blooded Kiyoshi. All three siblings bowed their heads in sincere gratefulness. Thank you all so much. We are able to return home ourselves. You three saved our lives and I'm grateful for that. Bye now. Tanjiro waved them off as they disappeared from view. Tanjiro's crow spoke up again. Alright, now follow me. Kawa. As they were walking, Tanjiro asked about how Inosuke joined the Demon Slayer Corps. Is that so? You grew up on the mountains. Sounds lonely. Don't think of me as somebody you can relate to. I don't have parents or siblings. Matching my strength against other creatures is my only hobby. I see. How sad. Inosuke acquired his blades by fighting Demon Slayer Corps members. He stole the swords after he beat up 2 Corps members. He heard about the final selection the same way. Well, my name is Tanjiro Kamado. Try to remember it. Dondakairo Kamiboku. I will defeat you. Who are you talking to? You got the name wrong. You're talking to somebody else. Tanjiro sighed and just wanted to change the subject. He turned to Zenitsu. So anyways, Zenitsu, how did you join the Demon Slayer Corps? Me. Oh. Well, I racked up a lot of debt from different women and I had nowhere to go. So Gramps brought me in and paid all of my debt for me. But he made me do this hellish training. It was horrible. He trained me day and night just to go to the final selection. I hated it so much. But in the end I'm grateful for Gramps. He treated me with kindness. I see. Did you not have parents either? I didn't. My parents abandoned me when I was a kid. How sad. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's not your fault. But what about you, Tanjiro? How did you join the Corps? I came home one day in the morning to see my family massacred. I didn't get there in time to save them. I feel so bad. So I joined the Demon Slayer Corps to avenge them. Oh, I see. Inosuke interrupted Tanjiro's and Zenitsu's conversation. Hey Gondakairo, what rank are you? The name's Tanjiro. Yeah, whatever. So what rank are you? I think the one we were given at the final selection. That's the lowest, right? If you're not sure, why don't you just check? How do I check? Don't you remember? At the final selection they did something to our hands and it was all itchy. You can show your rank like this. Inosuke held up his fist and clenched it. A symbol faded into his hand that showed he was at the lowest rank. Mizunoto. See? Just like that. Now you do it. Okay. Tanjiro raised his hand and clenched it for both of them to see. A symbol faded into his hand. It read Tsuchinoto. Tanjiro was already in the 5th rank, half from the top. Zenitsu was completely baffled at how Tanjiro was at such a high rank already. Huh? Tsuchinoto. Already? How are you at such a high rank already? I'm not sure. That's quite strange. You're cheating, aren't you? You're giving false information on your reports. That's the only way you are so high in rank already. You money-grubbing bastard. No, of course I'm not doing that. I would never lie in my reports. And I'm not doing it for money either. I don't care about money. I only want to avenge my family. Liar. I'm not lying, Zenitsu. I don't believe you. Whatever. Inosuke also looked at Tanjiro strangely. He also had a hard time believing Tanjiro was half from the top in terms of rank. It showed that Tanjiro was much stronger than him. Ahaha. If you're half from the top, and I beat you in a fight, then I can prove I'm stronger than you. Ahaha. Fight me. Inosuke, for the last time. I won't fight you. For 1, it's against the Corps rules, and 2, I'm tired. Please just stop. Tanjiro's crow lead the 3 of them to a house with the crest of a Wisteria printed upon the door. Kawa. Rest. The injured will rest until fully healed. We can rest. Yes, rest up. Kawa, finally, I've been waiting for something like this. After all, I had to do 3 missions in a row without any rest. Kawa, rest. The injured will rest until fully healed. We can rest. Yes, rest up. Kawa, finally, I've been waiting for something like this. After all, I had to do 3 missions in a row without any rest. The gate with the Wisteria crest opened and a short old lady appeared. Tanjiro felt like he was disturbing her because he showed up so late at night. Oh, so sorry for showing up in the middle of the night. Zenitsu was a bit freighted at the unexpected old lady. It's a monster. A monster. Zenitsu, shut up. Where's your manners? The old lady seemed not to pay any attention to Zenitsu's insult. You 3 are part of the Demon Slayer Corps, correct? Please, come in. The lady led the trio inside the house where she showed a fresh meal and beds for them. Your meal and bed is already prepared for you. Tanjiro, that's a monster. That old lady is a monster. She moves too fast to be normal. She's a monster. Old monster lady. Tanjiro had to hit Zenitsu just to make him stop berating the old lady. Zenitsu, what the heck did I tell you? Just shut up already. According to Tanjiro's crow, this family with the Wisteria crest is a family that rescues the lives of demon slayers. As long as a person is a demon slayer, the family will serve him or her and ask nothing in return. Apparently this family does this because long ago their ancestors were rescued by demon slayers, so they devoted their lives to protecting them in return. The old lady also asked a doctor to come over. Inosuke had 4 broken ribs, and Zenitsu has 2 broken ribs. Surprisingly, Tanjiro only had a minor injury of a bruised left arm. It would only take a day or 2 for the swelling to fade away. The spot that Tanjiro kicked Inosuke had started swelling up massively and a huge bump formed. My bump really hurts. Tanjiro felt really bad, so he wanted to apologize. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you with that much force. Tanjiro apologized, but Inosuke didn't apologize to Zenitsu. He wanted Inosuke to apologize because the beating he received just trying to protect Tanjiro's box. Apologize. I refuse. Hurry up and apologize. I refuse. Apologize now. No, I refuse. Even though Inosuke eats like a barbarian and constantly tries to taunt Tanjiro into fighting him by taking his food. If you're so hungry, how about you eat my share as well, Inosuke? Tanjiro doesn't seem to care at all. Here, take it. Zenitsu looked at the frustrated Inosuke and thought about how Inosuke forgot about the box entirely. This guy completely forgot about the box. Are you kidding me? If this guy doesn't care about it now, why the hell did he beat me up? This bastard. Idiot. Long eyelash freak. Zenitsu stared down Inosuke angrily. But of course, Inosuke was oblivious to Zenitsu's rage. Speaking of which, right, Tanjiro, I want to ask you something, even though nobody asked you yet. Why are you carrying around a demon in that box of yours? Tanjiro was surprised that Zenitsu knew. Zenitsu. So you knew all along. I get it now. Zenitsu, you really are a good person. Thank you. Since you've already praised me like that, I can't do anything. Yufufu. My nose is very sharp. I knew this from the very beginning. Zenitsu is gentle and also very strong. No, and not strong. Please don't make jokes like that. You stopped me from taking Shoichi-kun with me and I will never forgive you for that. Then suddenly, Tanjiro's box started rattling around a bit. Yua, the demon is coming out. The demon is coming out. Zenitsu, it's okay, calm down. What do you mean it's okay? Huh? Shush. It's the middle of the night, Zenitsu. Don't scream like that. Inosuke was calmly laying down on his bed waiting for his sleep to take him. Why wasn't he taunted by me? I even ate his share of the meal. And I've pissed him off so many times. Why was that? I forgot. The door of the box opened and Zenitsu threw a fit, screaming all over the place. KYHHH. That thing wasn't locked. Tanjiro. Protect me. Zenitsu. Be quiet. Shush. Inosuke, come and protect me too. Don't come near me. Jaya. Nezuko started crawling out of the box and poked her head out of the box. Zenitsu stopped screaming and was confused. Hey, Nezuko. She got out of the box fully and started growing. She grew until she was roughly the same height of Tanjiro and Zenitsu. Zenitsu lowered his head in anger and started seething. Nezuko is my Tanjiro. You're so lucky. Hey, so you were carrying such a cute girl with you and going about your journey with such joy. I didn't work this hard so that you can all lovey-dovey and enjoy your time with a girl. I got beaten up by a pig because of this. Tanjiro was confused at what Zenitsu was talking about. He seemed disgusted by the thought of him and Nezuko being lovey-dovey. Zenitsu, what are you talking about? She's my sister. Oh, never mind then. Forget anything I just said. Just with one sentence was all it took to shut Zenitsu up. He silently apologized to Tanjiro for all the yelling and screaming he did. Tanjiro sighed because of the peace he was given now that Zenitsu stopped screaming. At least he stopped throwing a fit. That's good. I wouldn't want to bother the other people in this house. They've been so nice to us. The next morning came, but Tanjiro's troubles didn't end there. Ever since knowing that Nezuko is Tanjiro's sister, he's been nodding and bowing non-stop. He's trying to appeal to Nezuko to try and make her fall for him. But on the other hand, Inosuke keeps ramming people with his head, no matter the circumstances. Tanjiro's crow flew in from the window and spoke to him. Kawa, Tanjiro Kamado, the Demon Slayer Corps wants to know your report for your previous mission. Give your answer now. Oh, thanks for reminding me. So on my way to the mission I encountered the Slayer Zenitsu Agatsuma. We decided to team up for the mission. We arrived at the mission's location and a body was sent flying out of the house. That person turned out to be the Slayer Tanaki Yumei. He was in the same final selection I was. We became friends in the final selection and I was quite fond of him. Unfortunately, I was too slow to arrive and he had too many injuries. He died in my arms. Tanjiro's eyes started to water slightly because of hard it was to accept the death of another person he cared about. Shit, this is so hard to talk about. If only I had got there sooner. Anyways, I went inside the house and found the demon. I tried attacking him, but he had a strange blood demon art that rotated the room. But then another slayer appeared. His name was Inosuke Hashira. We both tried to coordinate our attacks, but then I suddenly got teleported to another room. I wandered around the house looking for the demon again. I found the demon and I tried my best to kill him on my own. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure his eyes said Lower Moon 6, but it had a X covering it. Maybe he's former Lower Moon 6. I managed to kill him pretty easily too. It seems strange to me how all the missions I've been on so far have been surprisingly easy. Almost seems like the demons aren't even trying. But that's just my observation. That's all. Thank you for your report. This will be given to Demon Slayer headquarters immediately. Your service is much appreciated. Kawa, Zenitsu was sitting nearby and overheard Tanjiro give his report to his crow. He lunged at Tanjiro furiously. Tanjiro, you did it again. See? Huh? Zenitsu, did what again? You lied on your report again. Just so you could move up in rank and get more money. I was right. No, Zenitsu, I didn't lie at all. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Zenitsu looked at Tanjiro carefully and then closed his eyes. He tried to concentrate on his sound to detect if he was lying. He immediately picked up on his sound, but he heard the complete opposite of what he thought. Just like all the times before, Tanjiro's sound was nothing but gentle and pure wavelengths. Looks like he telling the truth. But how? Is he really just that strong? That's insane. Geez. Multiple days passed as Inosuke and Zenitsu recovered to full strength. On the eve of their recovery from Inosuke's and Zenitsu's various bone injuries, they received an emergency summon. The summon instructs the trio to go to the Natagumo mountain and to hurry without delay. All three of them got into their uniforms the next morning and were about to be sent off. Tanjiro was the most excited but also cautious about the new mission. We'll be off. Thank you for your care. Both Tanjiro and Zenitsu bowed in their sincere gratefulness. The woman also bowed. I'll bestow good luck upon you. Thank you very much. She held out a spark lighter and a stone. She rubbed them together, causing some light sparks. What are you doing, you old hag? Inosuke thought she was attacking him, so he lunged at her. But Tanjiro held him back in the nick of time. Zenitsu also rushed in front of the lady to protect her. What do you think you're doing, idiot? What did you say to me? It's ceremonial. We're going on a journey, and striking sparks is for luck. After calming down Inosuke, the old lady could finish her good luck speech. Always live your lives in a fashion where you are able to hold your heads up high. I wish you luck in battle. The three turned around and started jogging at a moderate pace towards their mission's location. But as they were running, Inosuke got confused what the old lady said to him. Heads up high, luck in battle. What's that supposed to mean? Zenitsu just looked at Inosuke like he's an idiot who knows nothing. Geez, this guy is totally clueless. Tanjiro wanted to try and explain what the lady meant, but he had a hard time putting it into words. To be honest, it is a little bit difficult to explain. To hold your head high, I guess it means whatever hand you're given in life, you're able to conduct yourself in a way that's honorable so you're never ashamed. And wishing us luck in battle just means she's praying for our safety. Well, what about the hand you're given? We have two already. Why should we be ashamed? Well, I guess. What does it mean to conduct yourself honorably anyway? And why is that old hag praying for our safety in the first place? She has nothing to do with us, so what's her game, huh? Maybe she should worry about her own hands. Tanjiro got tired of Inosuke's ramblings, so he just started running faster. The gap between Zenitsu and Inosuke increased immediately. He sped up. Inosuke took it as a challenge and started running faster as well. Is this a race? I won't let you win. Zenitsu was started to fall behind. Wait for me, you two. Multiple hours passed and they finally arrived at their destination. Zenitsu yelled out to the other two, ready to pounce at their mission. Everyone, we need to pause here. Zenitsu, what's wrong? Zenitsu was on the ground in the fetal position, already starting to cry. I'm nervous, okay? Now that we're nearing our destination, I'm getting scared. Inosuke looked at Zenitsu pathetically. Why the hell is he sitting down like that? You piss me off. You're the only one I don't want to get any complaints from, you pighead. Tanjiro sensed a person in distress behind him. He turned around and saw a core member crawling on the ground. He seemed really panicked. Save ... save me. Both Tanjiro and Inosuke ran off to go and help him. What happened? Are you alright? As soon as they approached the core member, he was suddenly lifted in the air and pulled away. He started screaming immediately. Save me. He was pulled beyond the tree line so he was no longer visible. Tanjiro looked determined to save his life. Without any hesitation he spoke. Let's go and save him. Let's go and save him. Inosuke walked in front of Tanjiro, seeming more excited than him. I'll protect you. Just follow me while you tremble in fear. Ahaha, this is making me hungry. Inosuke. Zenitsu, still shaking in fear on the ground, is impressed on how Inosuke can show no fear whatsoever. This guy is just waiting for a chance to go all out. Tanjiro and Inosuke left behind Zenitsu because he was unwilling to join them. Both of them walked into the mountain base and were immediately encountered with multiple spiderwebs. Inosuke had to swat them all away so he didn't walk into them. TCH, there are spiderwebs everywhere. So annoying. Inosuke, what is it? Thank you for being here. Inosuke, coming along really brings me a lot of confidence. The mountain is emitting some sort of twisted and unnatural smell. I think I'm started to shiver, haha. So thank you for being here. Inosuke was silent after Tanjiro's compliment. He started to feel all tingly. He felt the same way when the old lady at the Wisteria house offered fresh clothes for him to wear. He couldn't understand the feeling of being complimented. Tanjiro looked away in a different direction and spotted someone. Inosuke, over there. It's another core member. Let's go find out what happened. Both of them walked over to the boy who hadn't seen them yet. Tanjiro reached over to the boy's shoulder. The boy whipped around and immediately put a hand on his sword, ready for danger. Easy now. I'm here for support. My name is Tanjiro Kamado. Rank Tsuchinoto. Tsuchinoto. That's a relief. You're one rank higher than me. I guess it's better than a Mizunoto. Do you mind telling us what happened here? After receiving the mission from the crow, the squad of core members I was leading got here. I think there were around 10 of us. But after entering the mountain ... the other demon slayers ... they ... started to ... kill each other. What? Kill each other? Yes. I didn't know what was going on. What's your name? Neruda. Rank Kano. Neruda turned around and saw one of his squad members standing in the distance looking downwards. There's one. Somewhere deeper into the mountains forest laid a demon sitting on a rock pulling on multiple threads. Yufufufu. Alright my beautiful dolls. Dance your hearts out before your limbs are torn apart. Back at the Demon Slayer HQ, a crow was sitting on the master's lap wheezing out of breath. You flew back here as fast as you could ... It seems my swordsmen are almost all eliminated. There might be a member of the 12 Kazuki there. It seems there is a need to send Hashiras to the scene. Jiyo, Shinobu. In the back of the room sat a woman with a butterfly Haori and hair tied up with a pin. Beside her sat a man with dark black hair and a half-red half-checker patterned Haori. They both spoke in unison. Orders received. The small woman had a smile on her face while speaking. If we could all get along together, everything would be great. No matter if it's humans or demons. Don't you think, Tomioka-san? As long as demons still eat humans, that sort of thinking is just a fantasy. Back at the mountain, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Murata were fighting the mostly unconscious core members. Though the trio didn't know they were unconscious. Inosuke was laughing the entire time while dodging their attacks. Hahaha, these people are all idiots. Don't they know that it is forbidden for members to kill each other? Ahaha. Tanjiro looked at the core members swinging their swords at him and noticed how odd they try and attack him. Their arms wouldn't swing in line with how their hips are twisting. From an outsider's perspective, it looked as if they're fighting against their will. No, their movements are very strange. I think they are probably being controlled by something. Alright, then I'm going to chop them in half now. You can't. Some of them are still alive. Also, you mustn't harm our companions' corpses. Shut up. Stop denying my fun. Miruta had his hands full trying to fend off one of his squad members when another rushed at him from the side. He saw the member running at him, but he couldn't defend himself because he was already holding back another person. Tanjiro and Inosuke came to help Murata by using their fists to take down the attackers. But then, Tanjiro's eyes went wide as he noticed something. Behind him, there's a sweet scent. How strange. Tanjiro lifted his sword and swung it just above the core member's back, and Tanjiro saw the threads being snapped, and then he fell down on the ground face up. It's threads. They are being controlled by threads. Cut the threads. Inosuke was already laughing at Tanjiro's realization. Ahaha, I've already figured that out myself. Tanjiro was getting slightly desperate, whipping his head back and forth to try and find where the enemy was. Where is the enemy? The person controlling the threads. Where? Tanjiro then looked to his arm and saw multiple spiders with threads connected to them. The spiders leapt off of his arm and Tanjiro was pulled along with it. Since Tanjiro has good reaction times, he immediately swung his sword to cut off the threads. Spiders. The threads are being controlled by spiders. No, that can't be. A demon must be controlling these spiders. Wait. Then that must mean. Tanjiro turned around to see all the people he cut the threads off from slowing getting up against their will by the threads once again. Most of them were either dead or unconscious already, but the few that were alive and conscious, they were silently pleading to be killed because of how much pain they were in. Inosuke, cutting the threads won't work. There's spiders reattaching the threads. Then we kill all of the spiders. Ahaha, no, that won't work. The spiders are way too small and there's too many of them. We have to find the demon controlling the spiders. I'm not picking up the scent of the demon anywhere. It must be because of the wind. Inosuke, if you have some way of locating the demon, please do so. Me and Murata-san will deal with the people being controlled, so find the. Tanjiro looked up to see a small boy in a white kimono standing on some threads high above them. Tanjiro shivered slightly at the sight of the demon. He looked so menacing in the eyes of Tanjiro. Don't disturb our family's peaceful life here. Is he floating in midair? No. He's standing on some threads. And what is he talking about? Family. All of you will be killed soon. Mother will make quick work of you. Mother? Whose mother? Tanjiro looked up to see a small boy in a white kimono standing on some threads high above them. Tanjiro shivered slightly at the sight of the demon. He looked so menacing in the eyes of Tanjiro. Don't disturb our family's peaceful life here. Is he floating in midair? No. He's standing on some threads. And what is he talking about? Family. All of you will be killed soon. Mother will make quick work of you. Mother? Whose mother? Inosuke leaped off a person being controlled by the spiders to reach the demon standing on the threads. Hey, I'ma kill you. Inosuke swung his sword before he just barely reached the demon. He started falling back to the ground. Damn it. The demon started to walk away from Inosuke's shenanigans. Where are you going? Come and fight me. Why did you come here? Inosuke hit the ground hard, which made Tanjiro worry a little. Inosuke, I don't think that's the demon controlling the spiders. We have to. Alright. I get it. We look for where the demon is. You damn forehead. So annoying. Inosuke stuck his swords in the ground and put his arms out as if to grab something. Beast breathing. 7th form. Spatial awareness. Inosuke has an excellent sense of touch due to him growing up on a wild mountain. With his own breathing style, he has developed a very sharp sense of touch. As long as he concentrates, he is even able to feel those minuscule vibrations in the air around him. He doesn't have to directly see his opponent in order to find its position. Found it. There. Tanjiro, I found the demon's location. Alright, good work. Naruto wanted to give reassurance to let Tanjiro and Inosuke go and find the demon. Leave this to me. I'll handle the situation here, so just go find the demon controlling the spiders. Hey, you've already pissed your pants. How can you even say that? Who told you I pissed my pants, you stupid pig head? I'm not talking to you, so shut it. Anyways, I'm sorry for not being very useful, but I'm a member of the Demon Slayer Corps too. Go find the demon. I'll think of a way to be useful. Okay, I understand. Thank you, Miruta. Tanjiro had to drag away Inosuke before he would leap on Miruta and hit him. I'm going to punch you before we leave, you shithead. Who are you calling pig head? I'll definitely beat the crap out of you after I come back. Inosuke had no choice but to follow Tanjiro and hold in his grievances with Miruta. I'm definitely going to punch that guy. Stop talking about that. But he called me pig head Manjiro. It's Tanjiro. Both of them ran for a while and Inosuke still kept on berating Miruta. Tanjiro just chose to ignore him. But before long, they arrived at another person being controlled by the spiders. She was completely conscious and crying her eyes out. Her face was full of fear and she was shaking her head, not wanting to do the actions that the threads made her do. The threads made her stab one of her comrades' neck with her sword and hold the head of another. You can't ... Don't come near me. Hurry up and get a Hashira here. If you don't, I'm going to end up killing everybody. Please, I beg you. Tanjiro was completely stunned looking at this scene. He put his hand over his mouth in shock. This amount of gore was too much for him. All of his limbs started shivering with fear. What the fuck? What is this? This is too much. I feel like I'm going to vomit just looking at this. What the hell? Her threads got pulled and she started to move again. She aimed directly for Tanjiro and swung her sword in his direction. But she tried to warn him again. Run, get out of here. Since Tanjiro obviously couldn't move because of fear, his instincts kicked in and moved out of the way from her sword. Stop, I can't panic here. If I panic it's over for me. Control your breathing. Calm down. I need to calm down. The girl's arms started to move back further than the capabilities of her shoulder, so her arms made all sorts of cracks and pop sounds. She started to cry even harder because of how much pain she was in. The demon's threads are forcing drastic actions on her body. It doesn't matter to the demon even if the person's bones break. This is just too cruel. Tanjiro had to dodge multiple sword swings from her just not to get hit. I need to think of something fast. Otherwise, this will go on forever. Tanjiro noticed in the corner of his eye more people being controlled by threads. Both of them were bloodied and bruised, wanting death. One of them spoke in between shaky breaths. Kai kill us. The bones within our arms and legs are all broken. Our internal organs are broken. And damaged. We are being forced to move. This pain. We'd rather die. And no matter what option we take. The result is death. Save us, please. Tanjiro was shaken even further. He couldn't speak as fear was filling his mouth. Inosuke leapt at the opportunity to fight another core member. Okay, got it. Wait, there must be a way to save them. Shut up. Shut your mouth. He said it himself. He wants to die. These ones are faster than before. If we stall then we'll be killed. I know, but there has to be another way. Just let me think for a second. I can't use Hinokami Kagura because that would hurt them even more. And even if I cut the threads, they'll be reattached right away. What to do? What to do? Wait. I got it. Tanjiro started running away from the girl that was attacking him. He looked back at her and it confirmed what he thought. Alright, she's following me. Now just to do this. He turned around suddenly and ducked for the swing of the sword from her. He rushed her and grabbed her by the stomach. He threw her up onto a tree and the threads got tangled up in the branches. Inosuke watched on as he wondered what Tanjiro was doing. Alright, it worked. Inosuke was sort of impressed and wanted to copy Tanjiro. What sort of trick was that? Let me try it out as well. Inosuke ran from his attackers while laughing and rushed them, the same way Tanjiro did. He lifted the person into the tree. Up you go. See Tanjiro, I can do anything you can but better. Sorry I didn't that. You bastard. I'm sort of busy here. Inosuke ran from his attackers while laughing and rushed them, the same way Tanjiro did. He lifted the person into the tree. Up you go. See Tanjiro, I can do anything you can but better. Sorry I didn't see that. You bastard. I'm sort of busy here. Alright, one time. I'll do it one more time, so you better watch closely. I get it, Inosuke. You can do it. I don't have to watch you do it. Just try not to be so violent with. Then suddenly, each of the people strung up in the trees got killed by the demon twisting their necks with the threads. All of them fell limp as their brains lost blood. Tanjiro walked up to one of the corpses and crouched down saying a little prayer. Inosuke was extremely angry on how the demon killed the core members they tried so hard to save. Bastard. The demon killed all of them. Manjiro, what are? Inosuke was cut off as he realized how furious Tanjiro was. He was silent and his back was turned, but Inosuke picked up the sense on how enraged Tanjiro was at this moment. Tanjiro stood up and spoke. Let's go. Why yeah. They both started running in the direction Tanjiro smelled where the demon was. Over here. We're very close. The wind just changed slightly, so I got back my sense of smell. I'm picking up on two demon scents. One just up ahead and one further away. They both saw the demon in the distance and Tanjiro wanted to warn Inosuke. Inosuke, the demon's up ahead. Be careful. I'm the one who found him first, so am I be the one who kills it. They approached the demon, but they stopped in shock as they saw it. Both Tanjiro and Inosuke were shocked that the demon didn't have a head. What the hell? It doesn't have a head. This thing doesn't have a head. This guy doesn't have a weak spot. How am I supposed to kill it if it doesn't have a head? Inosuke, calm down. What do I do? Calm down. Let's try and cut him from a diagonal angle, from his shoulders. It's a large area, so it'll be tough, but we can do it. I'm doing this on my own. Inosuke charged headfirst at the demon. Tanjiro seemed concerned to see Inosuke rushing at the demon without thinking. Wait We have to do this together as a team. Inosuke jumped at the demon and it extended his arms ready to kill him. Tanjiro ran in behind having to save Inosuke. Arg, Inosuke's about to be hit. I gotta save him. Hinokami Kagura, benefit radiance. Tanjiro's blade lit ablaze and he spiraled into the air near where the demon was and he performed a swirling slash upwards into the demon to not only protect Inosuke from the incoming attack but also take the demon's head all in one swift movement. Inosuke was stunned on how fast Tanjiro moved. He couldn't even see Tanjiro even begin his attack. All he saw was how the demon was going to strike him, and then the next moment the demon's limbs and head had been separated from its body. Inosuke landed on the ground and looked at Tanjiro off to the side. Whoa ... what happened? Did he kill the demon? But how? I didn't even see him ... It all happened in a blink of an eye. Maybe even less. Tanjiro turned around to face Inosuke with a serious look on his face. Inosuke, don't make my job harder than it has to be. You rushed in not even knowing how fast the demon was. If it weren't for me you'd be injured right now. Be more careful the next time. Why yeah, sorry. Inosuke didn't have the anger like he usually does because of how strong Tanjiro seemed, so he decided not to argue with him and just accept it. How was he able to move so fast? And the flames coming out of his sword ... they looked majestic ... he looked like a spirit moving instead of a human ... so cool. Inosuke didn't have the anger like he usually does because of how strong Tanjiro seemed, so he decided not to argue with him and just accept it. How was he able to move so fast? And the flames coming out of his sword ... they looked majestic ... he looked like a spirit moving instead of a human ... so cool. Inosuke snapped out of his trance of admiring Tanjiro's abilities and he started rushing towards Tanjiro suddenly. Tanjiro was confused as to why Inosuke was running towards him. I can do anything you can do, you bastard. Inosuke grabbed Tanjiro's waist and threw him upwards with as much force as he could. Tanjiro was both confused and surprised that Inosuke threw him upwards. The hell? Why'd you do that, Inosuke? But then as Tanjiro was in the air he saw the demon controlling the threads. He set his sights on the demon poised to behead it. So that's why you did that, Inosuke. Thanks, Hinokami Kagura. Clear blue. Tanjiro was interrupted by the demon putting her arms out. She looked as if she was willing to die for her sins. She closed her eyes while holding out her arms. Did you really think I wouldn't kill you just because you're not retaliating? I saw the absolute horror show you made with those threads of yours. You deserve nothing but death. Atone for this ... with your life. Hinokami Kagura. Clear blue sky. Tanjiro's blade ruptured into flames engulfing everything around it. He fell towards the ground and sliced cleanly through the demon's neck. Tanjiro landed on the ground softly looking back at the rapidly disintegrating demon. It looked as if to open its mouth to say something important to Tanjiro, but she quickly faded away in ash before any words came out. I defeated her ... At least all the people she killed will be at rest now knowing that their killer is gone. Tanjiro turned his head to see Inosuke running from behind. Did you kill the demon? Is she dead? Yes, Inosuke, she's dead. Both of them walked towards where Tanjiro smelled the other more powerful demon. But then Tanjiro heard thunder boom throughout the trees. That sound just now ... Was that lighting? Like I care. I think it was. I also smell thunder clouds. Whatever, I don't care. Inosuke, what is it? I think I'm going to head in the other direction. The location of the scent of the demon changed. Do whatever you want. You should come with me. Go away. Just leave me alone so I can do my job. Then suddenly, both of them saw a demon standing in the middle of a shallow river just up ahead. Inosuke charged at the demon without thinking. Again, I might kill you. The demon saw both Tanjiro and Inosuke and started running in the opposite direction. Hold it, demon. Inosuke, wait. As Inosuke neared the demon she looked as if ready for this moment and smirked. Father, do it now. Another, much bigger demon landed in the ground with a lot of force. Tanjiro and Inosuke were surprised that another demon appeared. From above, the demon's face looked really meaning with its face looking like an overgrown spider. Get away from my family. The demon punched the ground extremely hard, but its punch missed both Tanjiro and Inosuke as they dodged out of the way. Tanjiro was wary of the demon's next attack. Inosuke jumped up and brought down his swords on the demon's arm. Even though he had two swords, Inosuke couldn't manage to cut through its arm. His swords got stuck midway through its arm. Tanjiro ran in to save Inosuke again. He concentrated on nothing but severing the demon's arm to save Inosuke. Hinokami Kagura. Fire wheel. Tanjiro's sword lit ablaze and he backflipped into the air. He swung while still mid-air. His blade cut through the demon's arm cleanly without much force. The demon's overly sized arm hit the floor and disintegrated. Both Tanjiro and Inosuke hopped back to assess the situation. The demon growled in pain because of his severed arm and rushed at Inosuke. Inosuke, watch out. Inosuke jumped into the air and pointed his blades at the demon and tried to swing through. But before the swing connected, the demon swung his arm about to hit Inosuke. Shit, the demon's about to hit Inosuke again. Gotta block it for him. Come on Inosuke, can't you be more helpful? Tanjiro ran in and blocked the demon's arm with his sword. But since the arm had so much momentum, Tanjiro couldn't absorb it all with his sword, so he got sent flying into the air. Inosuke yelled out for him. Kintaro, I softened the blow with my blade, but the force was still too much, so now I'm in the air. Inosuke, don't die. Until I return so I can help you, don't you die. You have to survive. Under any circumstance you can't die. Tanjiro got further and further away, and he saw how he was very quickly approaching the ground. He reached out his arm for a branch on a tree and softly landed on the ground. But Tanjiro heard screaming. Jaya. He looked to his right and saw two demons. He saw one standing over one crouching on the ground. The one crouching on the ground had blood all over her face. The other was holding threads between his fingers covered in blood. Tanjiro was extremely confused on what was going on. Then the demon with threads spoke up. Hey, what are you looking at? This isn't for show. What the hell is going on here? A demon is injuring another demon. They look similar ... Both of them have spider crescent shaped kimonos ... This is so weird. He looked to his right and saw two demons. He saw one standing over one crouching on the ground. The one crouching on the ground had blood all over her face. The other was holding threads between his fingers covered in blood. Tanjiro was extremely confused on what was going on. Then the demon with threads spoke up. Hey, what are you looking at? This isn't for show. What the hell is going on here? A demon is injuring another demon. They look similar ... Both of them have spider crescent shaped kimonos ... This is so weird. The demon crouching on the ground started healing the blood splattered all over her face from the threads of the scarier demon standing above her. For some reason, Tanjiro got angry at this scene. What are you doing? Isn't she your ally? Ally, don't call it such a lowly thing. We are family, connected by strong bonds between us. Besides, this situation here has nothing to do with you. It's between me and Nissan. Don't get involved. If you do, then I'll crave you up with these threads of mine. Both families and close allies have strong bonds. Even if you're not connected by blood, you can still have a strong bond. Also, people who have strong bonds have the scent of trust. But from you guys ... The only things I'm smelling are fear, distrust, and hatred. The words of Tanjiro seemed to have struck a nerve with both the demons standing in front of him. The one crouching on the ground started to get scared at Tanjiro's harsh words. But then, another person walked into the scene. Another slayer. He walked in all cocky and confident. Oh, perfect timing. There are demons here. Since these demons look weak, even I can do this. Tanjiro looked confused on what this person was doing so close to such a strong demon. Who are you? The new unknown person started unsheathing his blade as he prepared to fight the demon. You stand back and watch me kill this demon. I want to get promoted in rank as quickly as possible. The higher in rank I am, the more money I get. My squad's pretty much wiped out, but I'll defeat a relatively strong demon and descend the mountain. He charged at the demon. Tanjiro wanted to warn him. No, stop. You can't defeat him. But it was no use. The boy didn't listen. The demon instantly, without turning around, aimed his threads at the boy, and he got diced up completely in less than a second. His body fell into chunks as it hits the ground, spilling all of his organs on the floor. Tanjiro looked onwards completely shocked and terrified. The demon who diced up the boy spoke up completely enraged. What did you say? Tanjiro looked at the demon and he had multiple veins protruding from his forehead. What did you say just now? Holy shit ... This is some unbelievable presence ... The air just got heavy and thick ... He's trying to intimidate me. I can't lie. It's working a bit, but I'm not scared of you. I'll say it as many times as I need to. Your bonds are fake. Tanjiro then rushed at the demon cautiously. The demon threw out his threads from his hands and Tanjiro had to stop running and dodge. Whoa, those things look sharp. I bet that would cut me up instantly. I better avoid them. The demon threw out more threads and Tanjiro kept on dodging all of them. Shit, how can I get close if he's just going to keep throwing those threads? I need a solution. And fast. More threads being thrown and more dodging ensued. No matter what Tanjiro did, he couldn't find a gap anywhere to slip in and get an attack in. But as he landed on the ground from a dodge, he realized something. Wait a minute ... Why am I dodging? How come I never thought of just cutting the threads with my sword? What the hell am I wasting my time for? Tanjiro stood up with a more comfortable presence and slowly walked towards the demon. The demon got confused at Tanjiro's new strange aura and threw more threads at him. Tanjiro lifted his sword and cut them in a single slice with almost no effort at all. The demon was shocked and threw out even more threads. Tanjiro again effortlessly cut them all. What's going on? Why can he cut the threads now? What did he do? The demon tried to calm his nervousness and trash-talk Tanjiro. I'm not sure what you did, but you won't be able to win. I'll kill you, loser. Tanjiro looked up at the demon and smiled. Is that so? I'd like to see you try. Shut up. Did you actually think that this was as strong as my threads was going to get? How foolish. Obviously, as a member of the 12 Kazuki, I was hiding my strength. So don't underestimate me, you brat. The demon held up his hands with his threads and they slowly started getting stained blood red. Blood demon art. Cutting thread cage. His threads surrounded the area and enclosed on Tanjiro. He stood in the middle of the attack unmoving. Then, he held up his sword sideways. Hinokami Kagura. Burning bones summer sun. Tanjiro twisted his sword blazingly fast and engulfed all of the threads, burning them to a crisp instantly. The demon stood there completely shocked and terrified at Tanjiro's strength. He cut my blood demon art threads as well. What did he do? He wasn't this strong before. Was he hiding it? Tanjiro walked up to the demon grinning from ear to ear. Oi, where did you get the idea that you were the only one being serious? In a flash, Tanjiro rushed at the demon's neck and made a clean slice. Without the demon even realizing, Tanjiro had won. His head hit the floor and his body started slowly disintegrating. Oi, where did you get the idea that you were the only one being serious? In a flash, Tanjiro rushed at the demon's neck and made a clean slice. Without the demon even realizing, Tanjiro had won. His head hit the floor and his body started slowly disintegrating. Tanjiro looked behind him at the demon emphatically. The body of the demon was fading away into ash slowly, so Tanjiro walked over to it and put his hand on it. I smell a great unbearable sadness from the body. Tanjiro's eyes started to water as he thought about how sad a person's life can be to unwillingly become a demon. He stood up and put down the box that carried Nezuko. He remembered that he needed to collect the demon's blood for Tameo. I hope this doesn't give you any more pain. Rest in peace. Tanjiro inserted one of the blood vials into the body and it immediately collected his blood. Meow. A cat appeared, and since Tanjiro was familiar with Tameo's cat, he expected it and wasn't startled. He put in the blood vial and closed the pouch. Meow. The cat hopped away and disappeared. But then, Tanjiro heard someone running towards him, so he turned his head in the direction he heard it. He calmed slightly when he smelled that it was a human approaching instead of another demon. A man much taller than Tanjiro appeared and went up to Tanjiro. The man had tied up dark black hair and a mismatched haori. The unnamed man stepped on the demon's kimono on the floor that Tanjiro was holding. Why were you holding the demon's kimono? Don't feel sorry him. It doesn't matter if it looked like a kid or not. He's a monster that killed hundreds of people. Tanjiro looked at him slightly annoyed. I will never yield to demons that kill people unforgivingly, but I also won't hesitate to feel empathetic towards them. They were once a human, just like me. Please get your foot off. He isn't a monster. Demons are sorrowful beings. Most of them didn't want to become a demon, but they were forced to. The man stayed silent until his eyes went wide as if he just recognized Tanjiro. Wait a minute, both the man and Tanjiro got cut off as they sensed another person approaching. But Tanjiro could smell a malicious intent, so he put his hand on his sword. He saw a small young woman with a butterfly haori running towards Nezuko's box. Tanjiro put off to the side. He ran in with his sword unsheathed and it clashed against the woman's sword. Oh, what do we have here? A slayer protecting a demon. That's against the rules, you know. Tanjiro could feel his rage boiling because anyone that tried to hurt his sister gets on his nerves immediately. How about you back the fuck off? That's no way to talk to your superior now, is it? Like I care. If you keep protecting that demon over there, I'm going to have to tell the master about this. This is a clear violation of the Demon Slayer core conduct. I'm leaving. Bye. Oh, also thanks Tomioka-san for not trying to kill my sister like this woman over here. Oh, Tomioka-san, you know this boy. That's intriguing. He just said you also didn't kill the demon when you got the chance. Is that true? If so, that's also against the rules. You know that, right, Tomioka-san? Tanjiro walked towards Nezuko's box and picked it up. He put it on his back and started walking away from the scene. The woman again ran in front of his and started shaking her head. I can't let you do that. I really don't want any trouble. Just leave me alone. Then, Tanjiro's crow swooped in and let all three of them know of an important message. Kawa, message. We have a message. Restrain the ones named Tanjiro and Nezuko. All three of them were shocked and stopped bickering. Tanjiro has scar on his forehead and Nezuko has a bamboo muzzle. Bring them to headquarters. Kawa. The woman looked at him confused. Are you Tanjiro? Yes, that's me. Tanjiro Kamado, ranked Tsuchinoto. Nice to meet you. The man standing beside Tanjiro was shocked even further. If my memory serves correct, this is the boy I saved 2 months ago. And he's already passed the final selection. Never mind the final selection, he's already at rank Tsuchinoto. And who's Nezuko? That would be my sister in this box. Tanjiro pointed to the box on his back. Well, just as the crow has informed us, we need to restrain you. You don't need to do that. I can walk there myself, if you say so. Just drink this. The woman pulled out a wooden flask and handed it to Tanjiro. He put it to his mouth and sipped away. What's in here anyway? It tastes like water, but it has a weird aftertaste. Unfortunately, I tricked you. You thought this was medicated water, right? Well, it's actually a sleeping drug. I do need to restrain you, some way or another. Sorry about that. Tanjiro's eyes went wide as he heard he was tricked. But it was too late. He already drank it all. He immediately started feeling wobbly and lost his balance. He fell to the floor as his vision went blurry. You bitch ... Why would you? Within seconds his head hit the floor as he was knocked out unconscious. Did you really need to restrain him that way, Kacho? It was the only way to do it, Tomioka-san. Why do you have a sleeping drug on you anyway? For cases like these, sometimes I need to knock out other slayers. Now enough talking. We have to clear out for the Kakashi to do their job. Hey, wake up already. How long are you going to sleep? The Hashira are now present. Tanjiro's eyes shot open. He tried standing up but noticed his hands were bound together by rope. He looked in front of him and saw 6 widely different people. Tanjiro was extremely confused on who these people were and where he was. Hashira? What are Hashira? What the heck? Who are these people? Where am I? The small butterfly Haori person spoke up. Tanjiro Kamado, this is the headquarters of the Demon Slayers. You are on trial right now. Trial? What is she talking about? Wait, I recognize her ... She's the person from last night ... Last night ... Oh right. I defeated the lower rank 5 demon ... And then, gee, you ran and ... We argued for a bit. And then this lady came in. She tried to attack Nezuko, and I defended her. And then ... Wait, what happened after that? My memory blanks after that. Wonder what happened. The one with the flame Haori and yellow hair with red tips spoke up. He was the flame Hashira. Kyojiro Rengoku. There's no need for a trial here. Protecting demons is a clear violation of conduct. We can deal with it ourselves. Every demon should be decapitated without fail. The one with white hair and diamond-encrusted hairband raised his hand to his forehead. He was the sound Hashira. Tenjin Uzui. Let me cut her head off flamboyantly. I'll show I can spray more blood than anyone else. Flamboyantly, of course. The one with pink hair and green tips had a hand to her mouth, thinking to herself peacefully. She was the love Hashira. Mitsuri Kanroji. Hey, we're gonna kill such a cute girl. My chest hurts. The one with a huge physique and prayer beads clapped his hands together and started crying. He was the stone Hashira. Jaiomai Haimjima. What a pitiful child she is. How sorrowful. Let's kill her quickly to put her at ease. The one with long black hair and blue tips looked into the sky, not paying attention whatsoever. He was the mist Hashira. Nuakairo Takedo. What were those clouds called again? I forgot. All of them seemed to more or less agree to kill Nezuko. Tanjiro, very panicked, turned his head from side to side, looking in all directions, rapidly trying to find Nezuko. Then an unknown voice spoke up from the trees. More importantly, what are we gonna do about Tomioka? Tanjiro looked up at him, crawled up in a tree with a snake coiled around his neck. He had a black and white Haori. He was the serpent Hashira. Obanayaguro. I have a headache seeing him not restrained. According to Kacho, Tomioka violated the Demon Slayer conduct as well. How do we deal with him? How will we make him take responsibility? How are we gonna make him suffer? Off to the side away from the main group stood Jiyu Tomioka, looking distant from the rest of the Hashira. Then Shinobu spoke up. Well, it's fine, right? He followed me without making trouble. Let's think of a punishment later. More importantly, I want to hear this boy's story. Tanjiro took a deep breath and began explaining. My little sister was turned into a demon, but she has never eaten someone before. Up until now, and from now on, she will never hurt a living person. Obanai seemed disgusted at what he was saying and pointed at him distastefully. Don't spit out stupid rash remarks so recklessly. I can't trust anything you're saying, and I won't trust them. Jaiomai kept crying as he felt bad for Tanjiro. You're being obsessed with the demon. Let's kill this pitiful child quickly and release him from suffering. Tanjiro screamed to get all of their attention. Please listen. I became a swordsman to cure Nezuko. It's been 2 months since Nezuko became a demon, and in that time Nezuko hasn't eaten a single person. Tenjin waved him off while shaking his head. Your story is simply going around in circles. She hasn't eaten people and won't from now on too. That's boring. Don't just give lip service, give us a more flamboyant explanation. Mitsuri spoke up quietly but didn't look like she wanted to intervene in their conversation. I have a question. It seems like Oyakata-sama doesn't know about this yet. So is it okay for us to deal with this on our own? Shouldn't we wait for him? Tanjiro, once again feeling like the Hashira weren't understanding his situation, yelled at them. My sister and I can fight together. We can fight to protect humans together as demon slayers. But then, another person stepped into the scene. Whoa, this got somewhat interesting. Tanjiro looked on in horror. That unknown person was holding the box that contained Nezuko. He had white spiky hair with scars all over his body. He was smiling devilishly. He was the Wind Hashira, Seimi Shinazugawa. So you're the idiotic member who brought a demon with him. Just what were you planning to do? The Kakashi were trying to stop Seimi, but to no avail. Shinobu decided to intervene. Don't act out of line, Shinazugawa-san. So let me ask you something, dumbass. What's a demon to you, Hakido? Saying that you can fight together to protect humans or something like that. You see, about that ... that's impossible, you moron. Then Seimi used his blade to stab through Nezuko's box and she made a screech of pain. Blood could be seen dripping from the box and that made Tanjiro's thread of reason snap. He started running towards him in a fit of rage. Hashira or not, I will never forgive anyone that hurts my little sister. Ha. That's so. Good for you. Tanjiro, while running, broke free from his rope restraints. Seimi was shocked at this, so as soon as Tanjiro got close, he swung his sword. But Tanjiro jumped into the air and raised his leg. He swung it down as hard as he could to perform an axe kick. It hit Seimi right in the face and blood spewed out of his nose. Iguro, still in the tree, seemed impressed that Tanjiro could land a blow on Seimi. Tanjiro crouched down to grab the box that contained Nezuko. If you can't tell the difference between a good demon and a bad demon, you should quit being a Hashira. Damn you, I'll rip you to shreds. Inside the house spoke up a white-haired girl. Oyakata-sama is here. He walked slowly and spoke calmly. Good morning, everybody. We have some really nice weather today. Is the sky blue? Our members have gathered for the Hashira meeting that we hold once every 6 months as usual. I find this pleasurable. Tanjiro was confused on who this person was. He was being held up by 2 young white-haired children beside him. He had black hair and a purple mark coming down his forehead. Is that a scar? No, it looks like a sickness. Is this person Oyakata-sama? Then Seimi threw down Tanjiro head to the ground in less than a second. Whoa, I couldn't react at all. Ew. But then, Tanjiro saw all of the Hashira, including Seimi, crouching and bowing their heads towards Oyakata. Seimi raised his head slightly to speak. We find it most honorable to be in your presence, Oyakata-sama. We eagerly pray for much happiness upon you. The master returned his compliment with a smile. Thank you, Seimi. Let me humbly say, there is a member present in the Hashira meeting by the name of Tanjiro Kamado who has brought a demon. Tanjiro was confused on Seimi's attitude as it completely changed from before. He doesn't even look intelligent or logical, but he spoke too politely. I see. I'm sorry he has surprised you all. I have given my approval for Tanjiro and Nezuko, so I want everyone to accept them. All the Hashira were shocked to hear this. Most still didn't want to accept this. Even though Oyakata-sama wishes us to do so, I am reluctant to give consent. Jayomai said while crying. I also flamboyantly oppose to this. I can never accept a demon slayer who brings a demon along. Tenjin pointed to himself. I will abide with all your accordances, Oyakata-sama. Mitsuri said lovely as she held her hands together. Either way is fine for me. I'll just forget anyway. Nuakairo said, not caring about the conversation. Both Shinobu and Jiyu stayed silent. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. We all hate demons to begin with. Iguro spat out with hate in his words. I respect you from deep within, but I can't understand your thinking. I completely oppose to this. Rengoku said enthusiastically. We are the demon slayers who annihilate all demons. I wish to punish both Kamado and Tomioka. Seimi said. Oyataka sighed, knowing that his Hashira would act like this. He signaled to one of the girls beside him. The letter, please. Yes. She opened up a letter and started reading it. We received this letter from the former water Hashira, Sakonji Yurikodaki-sama. I will read an extract of it. Please forgive Tanjiro for being with a demon. Nezuko has a tenacious spirit and she still retains some human reasoning. Even when she's starving, she doesn't eat humans. And she has stayed that way for 2 months. You may find this sudden and difficult to believe, but it is the unmistaken truth. If by any chance she ever attacks someone, Tanjiro Kamado as well as Sakonji Yurikodaki and Jiyu Tomioka will commit seppuku as an apology. Tanjiro started crying unknowingly because he didn't know that both of them would make such a sacrifice for him. Sanmi refused to stay calm. What do I care if they kill themselves? If they want to die, let them rot. There's no guarantee in this. Rengoku agreed, adding on to Sanmi's point. Shinazugawa is correct here. If she kills and eats someone, nothing can be undone. The people who got killed will never come back. Oyataka nodded in agreement. That is very true. There's no guarantee that she won't attack someone. But you can't guarantee she will either. The truth is that she has been living without consuming anybody in more than 2 months. And because of her, people are putting their lives on the line. And to deny this, the deniers have to present counter-evidence. Rengoku seemed persuaded by Oyataka's argument. Fair point. Besides, Tanjiro here has had a run-in with Kibutsuji. All the Hashira were extremely shocked and had a hard time believing this. All Hashira at once started asking him questions. This can't be. We Hashira never ran into him. And this guy did. How are you still alive? What did he look like? What were his abilities? Where is he? Did you fight? What was Kibutsuji doing? Have the headquarters been located? Sanmi started pulling on Tanjiro's hair as he had a hard time answering all the questions because he was asked all at once. Hey, answer me. Shut up, I asked him first. Oyataka simply raised his finger in front of his lips, signaling them to be quiet. In an instant the Hashira stopped talking and turned to him. Tanjiro has given us a lead in a very long time on where he might have been. And I don't want to let go of this lead. Do you understand? Sanmi, even angrier than before, ceased by the mouth. I don't understand, Oyataka-sama. We can let humans live, but demons must not. I cannot consent. Sanmi pulled out his blade and cut his arm. Blood started immediately pouring out. Oyataka-sama, I will present to you the ugliness we call demons. He put his dripping arm over Nezuko's box and the blood stained the wood. Hey demon, it's time to eat. Sink your teeth in this. Tanjiro looked onwards completely enraged.